Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narrative, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. Holding the standard. And in this video, I'm going to touch briefly on something that I talked about or touched on in the previous video as it relates to Kevin Durant and the Michael Jordan thing, and Kevin Durant talking about commitment, right? And I highlight to you guys that Michael Jordan in the second three-peat, 1996, 1997, and 1998, 3 seasons, guys, Michael Jordan accomplished more in those 3 seasons than Kevin Durant has accomplished in an entire 17-year career, guys. Entire 17-year career, Michael Jordan accomplished more in 3 seasons, guys. And I want to highlight it a little bit more in this video and just particularly talk about that in this video briefly, because to me, this is more like astonishing than I even realized. Like, it's mind-blowing when you look into Michael Jordan's career and you look into someone like Kevin Durant's career and you compare them. It's just insane for Kevin Durant to open his mouth and talk about someone playing baseball, but not mention Michael Jordan's name. Like I said, trying to throw shade at Michael Jordan indirectly, because this is the kind of behavior that you would expect from someone like Kevin Durant. He's a coward, Kevin Durant. He ain't no real man. So he comes this weird, backhanded, disrespect of Michael Jordan. And we're going to talk about this video because he's, once again, all this is doing now is forcing us, to focus and really look into Kevin Durant's career. And once again, when you look into these guys' careers, guys, I'm telling you, they get exposed even more. They don't look greater, not like Michael Jordan, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled. Much respect to everybody out there, everyone in the membership, everyone that comes to the live streams, the messages, the emails, the comments. Thank you very much, guys. And you know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, like I said, I'm not going to go too long in this video. I wasn't even going to do another video today, but I was like, you know what, man? When I looked into Kevin Durant's career, and then I looked into Michael Jordan's final 3 years, the last 3 years on the Chicago Bulls, right? 1996, 1997, and 1998, right? The second three-peat, right? Isn't that funny we say the second? You have to actually make a distinction between which three-peat you're talking about when it comes to Michael Jordan. We don't have to do that and do that for Kevin Durant. There is no distinction between three-peat and that three-peat or any of this stuff, man. So when you think about Michael Jordan, like I said, guys, and you look into his career and you look at the last 3 years on the Chicago Bulls, when he came back from baseball, like Kevin Durant said, right? Some of us go play baseball. There's not some of us. It's one person that did that. So next time you feel so brave or you feel like you want to run your mouth, Kevin Durant, put Michael Jordan's name out there and just say, here, Michael Jordan went and played baseball, and try to downplay how hard it was what Michael Jordan did. Downplay Michael Jordan's father being murdered. Downplay Michael Jordan's commitment. Downplay what he did for the game. This dude has a nerve to talk about commitment. And you're talking about Michael Jordan, who's done more for the game than you could ever dream about doing, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's not a Mount Rushmore player. Michael Jordan is the most iconic basketball player in the history of the game. Whether you think he's the greatest player or not is irrelevant. He is the most iconic basketball player of all time. Kevin Durant can't sniff that level of aura. He can't sniff that level of popularity, that level of respect. Kevin Durant can't be anywhere close to that. That's why he creates burner accounts and he goes back and forth with the fans like a 10-year-old girl, man. This is Kevin Durant. Once again, a soft, sensitive, feminine dude, man. So what I wanted to talk about and highlight is what I touched on in the other video. Kevin Durant talks about the commitments of Michael Jordan, the commitment of LeBron James. He played 22 years straight, no breaks. That's commitment right there. And he tries to downplay Michael Jordan and the commitment that he had to Chicago Bulls organization, the commitment that he had to the fans, the commitment he had to himself, the commitment he had to the game. We can see that. Michael Jordan playing with that love of the game. He didn't cheat the game, Michael Jordan. Kevin Durant, you cheated the game heavily. Let's not forget, from 2011 to 2019, Kevin Durant and LeBron James ruined the competitive balance of the NBA, guys. And the funny thing about it is these guys are sitting there talking together as if they did something for the game, as if they had some great competitiveness to them, right? They're competitors, not even close. LeBron James was closer to Kevin Durant on that podcast episode than he was guarding Kevin Durant in the 2017 NBA Finals, guys. And that's the facts of the matter. Kevin Durant wasn't being guarded by anybody out there. He was being guarded by Richard Jefferson and Jeff Green and J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert. These were the guys that had to guard Kevin Durant regularly in that series because LeBron James wasn't going to take the challenge. None of these guys are competitors like that, man. Kevin Durant is flexing his finals MVPs going against nobody. You weren't going against anyone, man. You didn't go against anybody. You won 2 championships beating LeBron James. Who cares about that? So not only were you on your made-up super team, but you beat LeBron James. You didn't beat anybody worth a damn in the finals, man. No one that was going to pick you up and play that defense, take that challenge on. Just 2 cowards, soft, feminine fools. But I want everyone to realize, and I'm going to make another reminder here. I posted that post right early, and I put down the facts. Michael Jordan accomplished more in his last 3-peat years on the Bulls than Kevin Durant has accomplished in his entire 17-year career, guys. Now, once again, let's think about this. Starting with the championships, Michael Jordan led the Bulls, guys. Remember, led them to 3 championships, 3 straight championships, all right? Kevin Durant in his entire 17 career has 2 championships to his resume, his paper resume, but those are frozen championships. They're not respected like Michael Jordan's 3-peat. Not respected at all. There's no real true basketball fan that really respects Kevin Durant's championships to compare them to the championships that Michael Jordan got in that second 3-peat. Absolutely not. So once again, 3-2, right? Michael Jordan won more in 3 seasons than Kevin Durant has done in 17 seasons. Insane. Exposed heavily. The 3 finals MVPs by Michael Jordan, more than the 2 finals MVPs given to Kevin Durant. Remember, they given those to him. He was gifted those. It was given. He didn't earn those championships. He didn't earn those finals MVPs going through a grind, actually earning it, beating Steph Curry. No, he had to join Steph Curry to win those 2 finals MVPs. Does anybody respect those finals MVPs more than Dirk Nowitzki's MVPs? Or Hakeem Olajuwon's back-to-back finals MVPs? Does anyone really value those like that? Hell no. Does anyone value Kevin Durant's back-to-back finals MVPs over Kobe Bryant's back-to-back finals MVPs that he earned? Does anyone value those more, respect those more? Hell no. So Michael Jordan beats him there, 3-2 yet again. Then let's think about the scoring titles of Kevin Durant versus Michael Jordan. Kevin Durant, 4 scoring titles in 17 seasons. 4 scoring titles. Kevin Durant hasn't won a scoring title since he was 25 years old. 25 years old, guys. His career high is 55 points. That is not impressive in this weak, soft era of NBA. Michael Jordan, the last 3-peat, led the league in scoring every single season consecutively. All right? So when we think about that, once again, we're going to give the nod to Michael Jordan. 3 scoring titles in 3 seasons. Kevin Durant, 4 and 17, guys. Nowhere close. Now, we all know Michael Jordan overall has the NBA record 10, but we're just talking about for the last 3 years on the 3-peat versus Kevin Durant's entire career. That's how embarrassing it is. That's how far away from Michael Jordan Kevin Durant is. That's how far away he is. And he's talking about commitment. Like I said, stop bringing up Michael Jordan. Why do these guys got to bring up Michael Jordan indirectly or directly? They just must mention him, bring him up. Stop talking about the 80s and 90s. These guys have no clue what they're talking about. No clue. Let's go to the next step. Now, the next step on this scoring championship, I want you guys to think about something. Much respect to Kevin Durant. 4 scoring titles, no doubt about it. That's impressive, man. We know that Kevin Durant could put the ball in the hole. Never denied that on his channel. And I've told you guys, Kevin Durant, the only thing he does at an elite level is knock down shots, is make shots. That's it. He doesn't do anything else at elite level, guys. Not passing, playmaking, not rebounding. He's just not like that. His leadership is not elite. None of this stuff, the intangibles of Kevin Durant, the defensive end, come on, guys, stop it. So we get all that. But those 4 scoring titles came in an era where I'm not impressed with the guys winning scoring titles. So Kevin Durant wins 4 scoring titles in the 2010s, right? Who else won scoring titles in the 2010s? Russell Westbrook won 2 scoring titles in the 2010s. Who else won scoring titles? James Harden. Would he win 3 or 4 scoring titles in the 2010s? Is anybody impressed with hearing those names on the same list as Kevin Durant? So you have Kevin Durant win 4 scoring titles. Russell Westbrook wins 2 scoring titles. James Harden wins, I think, 3 or 4 scoring titles. So those are the 3 most prolific scorers of the 2010s. Russell Westbrook, James Harden. That's laughable because when we dig into it and we look into the game of James Harden and how he was able to finagle these scoring titles by flopping around, drawing all these fouls. This was James Harden for a whole seasons, guys, for seasons, when he went to the lane, wrapping his arm around guys and doing this. That's all we saw. What else did we see James Harden doing out there to get these scoring titles? Travel all over the damn court. They let James Harden do like 5-step drop backs. I don't know what he was doing. This is what James Harden was doing on the court before he got the ball. He was just stepping all over the place, man. He was allowed to take all these, carry the ball, all the stuff that we laugh about, all the stuff that we lament in the NBA. James Harden was, I mean, that was the culmination of all that. 2018 James Harden, when he won the Frozen MVP award. Once again, they gave this dude the MVP, right? Because this is how weak the era is. Think about that. The era's so weak. Guys like Russell Westbrook are winning MVPs. James Harden is winning MVPs. These guys are not sniffing MVPs, guys, in any other era, guys. They are not. Kevin Durant ain't winning MVP in any other era, guys. He's not. He's too frail. He's too soft. He's too sensitive, man. He doesn't do anything else. He's not a leader. He has no intangibles, Kevin Durant. So those scoring titles are pretty fraudulent. You think about some of the guys that Michael Jordan was beating for these scoring titles, guys like Dominique Wilkins, guys like Karl Malone, guys like Larry Bird. Like, these are legit scores, man. To meet greater scores than Russell Westbrook or James Harden, who needs to finagle the rules and flop around and travel to get this scoring, to get these shots up. Not impressed with James Harden in this weak, soft era of the NBA, putting up a lot of points when ain't no one guarding you, when no one could be physical with you. Not impressed with whatever. So Michael Jordan was actually winning legit scoring titles, going against legit scores, man. Kevin Durant ain't won a scoring title since he was 25, guys. So Michael Jordan accumulated those 3 scoring titles. The man was 32, 33, and 34 years old. Wake me up when Kevin Durant can lead the league at 32, 33, 34, 30. What is he now, 36, 37 years old? Wake me up when he can lead the league in scoring in his 30s. Michael Jordan still, to this day, the NBA record, the oldest player in NBA's history to lead the league in scoring. 35 years old. Kevin Durant can't sniff that. He hasn't done it since he was 25. So, exposed there again. Let's think about how many times Kevin Durant made the all-defensive team in his career versus Michael Jordan's last 3 years on the Bulls. Kevin Durant, we all know, has never sniffed an all-defensive team. Never made one, not even a second-team all-defense. And those defensive teams have been available for his entire career. They didn't just implement those teams in 2015 or something like that, and you could say, oh, there were a bunch of years that they didn't have that team. Like we can say for a lot of other all-time greats, like Jerry West, for example. They didn't have all those all-defensive teams his entire career. Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, right? They didn't have those things. So a lot of those guys were shortchanged on the accolades. This wasn't the case for someone like Kevin Durant. He had the ability to earn all these accolades, never made an all-defensive team, Kevin Durant, in the weakest defensive era. If you want to say to me that Kevin Durant played in the 80s and the 90s, and he was a really good defensive player, but he couldn't make a defensive team because the players he was going against are some of the greatest defenders in NBA's history, then I can see you making an argument for that. Kevin Durant has played in the weakest defensive era, guys, in the history of the game, the softest era in the history of the game, and this man can't crack one all-defensive team, not even one. I told you guys, Dan Marley has more all-defensive teams than Kevin Durant. Dan Marley has more all-defensive teams than Klay Thompson. And they pump up Klay Thompson as this great all-world defender. Oh, Klay Thompson is a knockdown shooter. You got people calling Klay Thompson the second-grade shooter of all time. And along with his defense, one of the great defenders, great two-way players. Klay Thompson's made one all-defensive team in his career. One time, guys. And once again, the weakest, softest era in NBA's history. He made one all-defensive team, but this man gets celebrated as if he's Gary Payton, as if he's Scottie Pippen, as if he's Kobe Bryant, as if he's one of them dudes. He's not that dude. Like I said, when Dan Marley has more all-defensive teams than you, and Dan Marley played in much more physical, much more defensive era, that gives more props to Dan Marley. So once again, when's Kevin Durant made an all-defensive team? Never did. Michael Jordan at 32, 33, and 34 years old, when all defensive first team 3 consecutive seasons. Kevin Durant's never even made one consecutive season on an all defensive first team in 17 years. 17 years. And let's take it a step further. When we talk about the two-way play of Michael Jordan versus Kevin Durant, during that final three-peat, Michael Jordan did not miss a single game, guys. As a matter of fact, Michael Jordan played between the regular season and the postseason 304 consecutive games in that last three-peat, guys. Last three-peat, right? When's the last time Kevin Durant made 3 seasons of 82 games? You guys remember the last time Kevin Durant played 3 consecutive seasons of 82 games? Do you guys remember when that was? Never did. He never did. He played 82 games one time in his career. He had a couple of seasons playing 81 games. Great for Kevin Durant. You never won 3 seasons in a row playing 82 games, even when you were 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 years old. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan at 32, 33, and 34 years old is playing all 82 games and being potent on both sides of the ball, which you never have. Insane. And I don't want to hear about Kevin Durant's damn injury, because Kevin Durant's injury came after his 12th completed season. 12 seasons completed. That's when he hurt his Achilles. So what did Kevin Durant do in those 12 seasons previous to that Achilles injury that's anywhere close to what Michael Jordan accomplished? Nothing, guys. Nothing. So once again, even before the injury, Kevin Durant wasn't sniffing on all defensive teams. Once again, Kevin Durant hasn't won an MVP in his 30s. Hasn't won an MVP in over 10 seasons. Michael Jordan never went that long without no MVP trophy, guys. The man won 2 in 3 years. Kevin Durant can't sniff that, guys. Won 1 in 17. Once again, Michael Jordan did this while winning championships. Also, we take it a step further. Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls, 96, 97, 98, won 60-plus games every single season. We all know about the 72 wins in 96, but then they followed that up with a 69-win 1997 campaign, followed by a 62-win 1998 campaign. All meanwhile, while Scottie Pippen misses 40 games, Steve Kerr missed like 30 games, Luke Longley missed like 20-something games, all these guys missing all these games, and Michael Jordan still led the Bulls to 60-plus wins without Scottie Pippen for half the season. The great Scottie Pippen that carried Michael Jordan. So once again, when did Kevin Durant ever lead a team to 60 wins without his right-hand man there for half the season? Never did this. You know Kevin Durant's played on 2 60-win teams, guys? 2 60-win teams in Kevin Durant's career. One time in OKC and one time on the Golden State Warriors, guys, 2017. Not impressive. Michael Jordan had more 60-win seasons in just 3 years than Kevin Durant's ever led a team in 17 seasons, guys. Once again, where's the impact from Kevin Durant? Where's the leadership? Where's galvanizing his team? And Kevin Durant's played a lot of talent, guys. So once again, there's no excuses here. As you guys can see, Michael Jordan clearly did more in 3 years. Through his final 3 years, in his mid-30s, he did more than Kevin Durant in those seasons than Kevin Durant has done in 17 full seasons in the damn league, man. And like I said, look at what Kevin Durant's accomplished since he turned 30. Not a damn thing. But he's over here talking about commitment. Michael Jordan gave more commitment to the game of basketball, to the fans, than Kevin Durant will ever think about trying to give back to the fans, like I said, or to the game. Kevin Durant did nothing for the game. What has he done for the game? Who wants to be like Kevin Durant? Nobody wants to be like Kevin Durant, guys. Everybody wants to be like Mike. People want to be like Steph Curry, not Kevin Durant. These are the facts. You guys know the deal on this channel. Like I said, I wanted to highlight and give you guys a reminder. Michael Jordan accomplished more in his last 3 years in the league than Kevin Durant has accomplished in his full 17-year career, guys. And those are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you guys on the next one.